I have not. I generally miss those. But I do, you know, again, I see this as a, you know, a cross-platform game. It could be, it could give the game a little more lease on, you know, I don't know what the word I want to say is, but yeah, where people cross-platform are playing together. In general, I see that as a good thing. The downside, I think, is obviously there's the whole complaint about slot limits on console, which PCs don't suffer from. Now, hopefully, we would end up with different, you know, more slot limit, you know, a bigger slot limit from over with the new consoles. Sorry, I'm trying to concentrate on too many things at the same time, and I'm not doing it very well. Which is kind of all to the well and good, but otherwise you're going to end up with, okay, this is a New Holland farm and everyone's driving a T7. Except the one T6, or, you know, we can all either drive T6s or T7s. The T6s are capable of mounting a front loader, and the T7s are going to be doing all the field work. But I can't afford more than 2 models of tractor because it, you know, it's going to push the slot count too high too quickly. And that's a problem, especially for you can't have the multi-equipment farm, and it's one of the reasons why, you know, that is a problem for PCs. Is Giants won't accept maps unless, you can't have all the same equipment on a farm. You have to be, multi-manufacturer, so you can have a Fendt tractor, a Valtra tractor, a John Deere tractor, but you can't have 3 John Deere tractors because that's showing favoritism. But if you're going to play with console slot counts, I can have 5 tractors, but they've all got to be the same model because I don't have the slots to have 5 different manufacturers worth of tractors. And then it may be that some people are just going to stick with playing Farm Sim 19 and not go on to Farm Sim Next Generation, whatever they end up calling it, because at least for solo play, I like my mods, I like my game. I can't get the mods on the new version, so I'm going to play with the old version with the mods that were already available. And don't forget, the likes of Bullet Bill are still producing maps for Farm Sim 17. There is a map, as far as I am aware, has never been on a YouTube video or a Twitch stream, because it was released about 2 months ago for Farm Sim 17, and nobody plays Farm Sim 17 anymore. Okay, now we're getting a little overloaded on that. So I'll just pick up what we can and head off to the sawmill and see how much money we just made. Slow down time so that we get all this done while it's still daylight. push that to fall back in the ramp. Again, I don't need to lift it up that high, dude. Good grief. The main concern about this trailer is it doesn't have a plate at the top, just by the hitch, so you can get whacked in the back of the head by moving logs if you're not careful. Of course, we all know what my driving's like in farms then. I think the biggest problem with cotton is the cost to get into it. I mean, sugar beets and potatoes are kind of expensive, but not entirely. And the reason why is because 160,000 for a potato harvester. Although I don't like that potato harvester. If I go for beet technology, 120,000 for a beet harvester. I can get into beet farming for 120,000. I need a tractor that has 200 horsepower, 215 horsepower. I can put that on the front of a tiny tractor and just run around and top the field before I bring the main harvester on board. And to plant beets, I don't need a seeder. I need a planter. I just need one of these. So it's really easy to get into beet harvesting. Very cheaply, 120,000 for the harvester. I could spend 495,000. That's way too expensive. That's not a harvester. But yeah, we're talking, that's a harvester, that's a harvester, that's a harvester. But these are all huge. 400,000 for a harvester. You look at getting into a normal crop, 100,000 plus, what, 16, 20,000 for the header for it. So getting into beets is fairly cheap. Cotton harvesters, 500,000 before I can pull anything off the field. So it's not good. It would be really nice if we could get into cotton harvesting with some cheap harvesting equipment that you can haul with a tractor. That would be awesome, because it gives you an entry level that you just don't have with the existing cotton harvesting equipment. Let me just try we need a stump. We're getting into the point where we need a stump grinder, should I say. Okay. We'll drop that as close to the middle as we can. Please don't fall off the back. The advantage with such short arms on the side of that is that I have clearance for the logging fork, so I don't have, a lot of the times with the logging trailers, you are at the limits of your tractor. reach. Obviously, telehandler has a better reach. Oh, in the end, huh? There we go. Let's up, throw that on the back. And strap, strap, strap. Oh, and the front one. Strap. I haven't looked at sugar cane either. Where's sugar cane technologies? Sugar cane technologies. See, that's 350 to get into. However, sugar cane technology. I can use that. 45,000 for sugar cane. Now that's a horrible working width. Small cedar, 32, and a small trailer for 19,000. So you can get into it fairly cheaply. And not a deal with cotton harvest. Let's drop the weight behind the nimbleness, since that's going to take it home with it. We'll hold this down to the wood mill, or we'll crash into a stump. Like I said, need a stump grinder. I wonder if I've got the black sheep modding stump grinder installed on this game. There we go. Go out this way. How do we get out of here? It's fairly straightforward to get in and out of this place once you remember how to do it. But yeah, I'm always trying. Yeah, I like to try different crops, but it needs to be something it's affordable to get into. Obviously, if you wanted to start off as a cotton farmer, you're going to need to do a not start from scratch. The other one. I forget. It's not a new farm. Obviously, no new farmers have cotton as a thing. But you're not going to be buying the John Deere equipment either, because that's even more expensive than the case equipment. But the advantage with cotton is that you can do it as a single player with a lot of helpers. I pretty much do the same with Farm Manager, that's the one, yeah. I do the same with sugar beets and potatoes. When I'm doing them, I will tend to do the topping myself, but I'll get someone else to do the harvesting because it's just a pain in the butt to do it manually. Alright, so first use of this as a logging trailer. I'm okay with this trailer so far. Oops. And the legs go there. So, An afternoon of logging is worth 23,000. That's kind of reasonable, I think. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to reverse this out because I know I don't have the turn radius for this. I've really messed up. Certainly better than an afternoon of wood chips, which are just not worth anything. So we can go out the front here. I can turn the flashy lights off. Take us back to the main yard. Drop off the forks and the loader arms over here. And that way we don't end up with the forks at a really rotten angle that we can't reconnect. This over here for now, because if we're lucky there will be harvesting tomorrow. Oh, I was going to check. I was going to check for spraying as well. It's a pain. We're loaded with liquid fertilizer, let's go. Oh, that's, yeah, no, that's a pain. And that's the other thing with, what is it? One of the reasons I don't necessarily mind using round balers is because I can stick them on follow me. So if follow me isn't an allowable mod in the next game, although to be fair, follow me doesn't have to be a mod when you're in multiplayer, but it does make it real nice to be able to stick a tractor on follow me, follow a harvester around and bale all the straw that comes off the back while without having to worry about unloading it all. Okay, let's unfold that, lift it up. Hello. Has completed their task. I'm going to guess that if I try and spray this, and stop and check the map and turn off needs ploughing, it is working. Well, to heck with you, worker. Go for it. Okay, so worker's working on that. We'll go get the lintner back. It is to the yard. And we'll come and fix all the missed fertilising bits. But yeah, cotton is not a crop I've really done anything with so far. And obviously, yeah, it's that's the thing with things like sugar beets, sugar cane, potatoes, and probably cotton, is they pay out very well, but with cotton it's just prohibitively expensive to get into as a starting crop. And you kind of need lots of fields, or you know, should we put, yeah, we'll put that. Yeah, with expensive equipment, you need lots of fields to make lots of income to cover the cost of your equipment. It's one thing I'm a little bit worried about on this farm. We've got 5 arable fields. One of those started life as a grass field, but we converted it to arable almost immediately. But I need the income from those fields to be able to expand the farm, because if we're sitting here for 5 years barely making enough to pay the fuel bill and the seed bill and everything else, then okay, still not a lot of wool available yet. And that's true of cotton farming. Yeah, having a tiny field with cotton on it, that big equipment is just crazy. Even foraging silage. What is it? Forage harvester. 38,000. I've also got this one at the end, 42,000. They both do the same thing. This one's trailed, and that one goes on the front, 3-point. But 40,000 to get into foraging. Now, it's not an incredible working width. You're talking 2.2 meters, whereas a decent forage header, 80,000 for 6 meters. But to go with that, you're paying out 350,000 for a forage harvester. So that's, to get a forage harvester, it's expensive to get into. To just get a forager for the front of your tractor, no big deal. It's affordable. Buy this grass field and cut that. Anyway, let's find what the good grief. Helper, what are you doing? You're doing lots of craziness. Yeah, that does mean we can get on this field and deal with the pink bits. Might be able to get onto that field and deal with the pink bits. Excuse me. Because that field was fully fertilised. The grass field was fully fertilised. But the other way to do it would be to be multiplayer with that's the that's the weeds a multiplayer where you didn't close the gate. Yeah, we could probably get herbicide on this, and we might have to do it tonight. Not sure about that field though, the long run. Oh, that's a bucket. That's kind of handy. But no, what I was saying, if you did it with multiple farms, you could have one farmer who owns the cotton equipment, another farmer who owns the land and plants it, and that would be a way around doing, you know, cotton farming as a startup. This is fully fertilized, and also we could spray that with herbicide. I wonder if we'll get away with waiting till tomorrow. This is growing. I'm hoping that's ripe tomorrow. We can get the harvester out again. It's that, or like, you know, cows or pigs, you have to expand into them. I was thinking of buying some more sheep. See, there's my bucket. So I've got a bucket, I can clear out that. Ooh. They needed a bit of water, they don't need any hay. Weather, where's the weather? Weather. Sunny tomorrow. Saturday tomorrow. Sunny with clouds on Sunday. It's going well. So this is last day of fall? Last day of summer. Last day of summer. So early fall, mid-fall, no, still early fall, mid-fall, late fall, rain expected, late fall. I'm not seeing any serious impediments for harvesting in the next few days, which is a good thing. I also need to, you know, to do cotton, I need to find a good American map. Because most of the maps I play are mid-central northern European, and they're not really cotton maps. Especially if you play with seasons, you know, you can't even grow cotton on them. Because it's just too cold. This crop here is a risk. Although it looks like we've got a good fall. So we may actually get this stuff harvested, although it didn't start growing until the summer, which is a bad thing. I don't want to be fertilizing this myself, because frankly it's I can't see the ground, although we did fit GPS to this just because of that fact. This will be the end of the fertilization we need to do. So I'll let this get finished. We'll take it back to the yard, we'll empty it. And I can then load it up with herbicide. We'll have to come back to this field some other time.